Right, let's get right to our top story. New information on a broad daylight shooting that left 2 teens dead at a busy intersection.
Testimony today was that multiple gunmen, several gunmen on March 18th pulled up next to a car that was at the intersection of Cottage Hill and Azalea Road in the middle of the afternoon. It was then riddled with bullets. The victims with at least 28 shots. A judge finding probable cause for a grand jury to hear this case against Cortland Parker.
We're going to go now to our investigative reporter, Brendan Kirby, who's joining us with more information. Brendan, investigators say this was part of a gang war.
That's right, Lenise and Byron. They say this involved 2 different gangs and anger over diss rap videos. Mobile Police Detective Glenn Barton says the genesis of the March 18th double homicide was an ongoing war between a gang known as 2K Babies, or 2KB, and the South End gang. Cortland Parker, the detective says, was the leader of the 2KB gang and was upset over the killing of his cousin, and a taunting rap video posted online 7 days later. He described the victims, 19-year-old Cameron Montgomery and 16-year-old Jacoby Freeman, as soft targets who were loosely associated with the South End members. Mobile County Assistant District Attorney Lauren Walsh telling me the teenagers were innocent victims.
There was apparently some gang rivalry there, but we don't at this point have any information that the 2 victims were actually members of that.
Detective Barton testified that investigators believe the car where the gunman fired the bullets was used by a man that an anonymous tipster told police is known as Head First Trent. That man, the detective says, is Trentian King, charged with shooting 2 people at the M&M Food Mart in Theodore earlier this year. Prosecutors allege that Parker is among a group of people using guns converted into machine guns with a device called a Glock switch or chip. That can allow a gun to fire dozens of rounds in a few seconds with one pull of the trigger. A police officer testifying Monday that investigators found 4 pounds of marijuana, a half pound of synthetic marijuana, and 8 guns, including 3 reported stolen when they arrested the defendant at a Mobile apartment in June. 4 of those guns, the officer testified, had Glock switches installed, and officers found another one of the devices that hadn't been installed, he said. The testimony was difficult for Shakita Montgomery and for Jessica Harris, the victims' mothers.
It was hard hearing. It's hard hearing how many times my child was shot. But it's still justice got to be served for him, for both of them.
Heartbreaking, man. My baby was 16. He had his whole life ahead of him.
Detective Barton tied Parker to the shootings with social media posts, cell tower data that showed his phone was in the vicinity of the shooting, and rap lyrics that seemed to brag about the killings. But defense attorney Chase Dearman says it's all circumstantial evidence.
I'll just say rap lyrics is not beyond a reasonable doubt.
So far, Parker is the only one that's charged with these murders, but testimony indicated that at least 3 different kinds of guns were used. Prosecutors say that the investigation remains ongoing. Reporting live in Mobile, Brendan Kirby, Fox.
Hey guys, welcome back to EB25 to Life. This is where, you know, being stupid can get you caught up, right? Sometimes it's like, I understand why people do it. It's like, if you're going to do something crazy and nobody know that you do it, then what's the point of doing it? Which is why it's like most rappers want people to look at them as a vicious individual, the hardest, you know what I'm saying? It's like they want to be portrayed as the most gangster they've ever seen. So what happened is when they do crazy stuff, right? They want you to know that they the one who did it. Kind of like the TV show, Breaking Bad with Heisenberg and all that stuff. Even though he was making all the money in the world, he wasn't satisfied because he wanted low key kind of wanted for people to know that he was the mastermind behind it all. Like the name meant more than the money. And we've seen a lot of rappers just doing, basically trying to do the same thing. You know, they'll like, not all of them, like the street rappers, like the one that really out here doing it, right? They'll do the crime and then they'll tell you about it, right? It's like blatantly snitching on themselves, like what's going on here? But if somebody else snitch on them, it's a problem. But they doing it right there on themselves, all day, every day, right? And which brought me to this case right here. So this guy here, apparently, he's from a gang called the 2KBs, the 2K Babies, old gangs in the neighborhood, and he's beefing a different gang, which is like a few blocks from where they located. The South Side Ends, I believe the name of them. Anyway, in retaliation of his deaf cousin, right? Like, I guess the other gang killed his cousin. He basically did, I guess they did a drive-by, not a drive-by, but they kind of like spotted the guys from the other gang in a car. So they all ambushed the car, sprayed it with bullets, killed 2 kids, right? 2 people in the car, like I believe 16 and 17-year-olds, right? These 2 right here. I'll show you guys. These 2 guys right here. And 116, he's 21, by the way, the guy who got arrested. But anyway, he kills his 2 kids, right? 16, 17, who were, I believe they were in the other gang. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why. I mean, they had to be in it, because the whole shooting was in retaliation of his cousin, who got gunned down same way, like, you know. So anyway, no, nobody knew that he did it, right? I mean, we all have, you know, everyone has the whole neighborhood might have known, but not the authorities. That is until this man over here made a rap song about it, telling the world that he did it. Which is kind of crazy, like, dude. And the thing about it is, the crime just happened, and right after the crime happened, 5 days later, this man had a video telling the world that he did it. And well, I've seen the video. I've been trying to look it up. I couldn't find it. I don't know if they took it down or not. I couldn't find the video, the rap music that to explain that. I wish I could find it, because I was gonna put it up for you guys to see it for yourself. This is crazy. The man's literally telling on himself, right? And then so of course that got into the ear of the authorities, right? They found out that, you know, well, he's saying that he did it, so they're like, okay, we take your word for it. So they basically raided his home, trap house, when to arrest him with an arrest warrant. And in the process of arresting him, the cops found 8 guns, 4 pounds of marijuana, all type of stuff, man. It's like, at this point, even if they don't get him for the murder, he's going down for something, right? And he wasn't the only one that got caught, that got arrested. It was him and a few people that was in the house at the time. The only way I could see him getting away with any of these stuff is if his people around him took the charges for him. And I don't think that's going to happen. The reason being, because I don't think he has that much money. Where, you know, if he was a millionaire and stuff like that, then it's a sacrifice some people might be willing to take for you, right? If you got the money to survive, to support their family while they're in there, right? They might take that they might take that downfall basically and take the charges for you. But in his case, he's still in the hood, man. The guy's still in the hood. They all still trying to survive, trying to make it. So I don't see anybody taking the charges for him. So he's definitely gonna be looking at that 25 to life. You know what I'm saying? So well, as far as we know right now, it's all speculation. It's all, you know, innocent until proven guilty. So, but as far as I can see, man, this guy's he's fucked, man. They got all type of evidence on him. Even when the murder happened, when the 2 kids who got killed, the detective was able to pinpoint his phone at the scene during that crime. So basically, he was there, right? His phone was there. So that's another major evidence besides him telling on himself. So man, this is getting dumber and dumber, man. These dudes, man, I don't get it, man. Why telling yourself, man? Like the whole. I mean, is that? I mean, they rap about no snitching, and then they doing the more. They doing the more of the snitching on themselves half the time. It's like, come on, man. You supposed to be. I mean, then again, most of the street dudes ain't that bright. So, that's why half of them don't really make it. So, anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys, man. I wish I had the video to show you guys the rap video, but I'm gonna keep looking for it. If I do find it, I'll repost it and have another video on it. So you guys like and subscribe to the channel for more content, man. Peace.